That's what we're doing. Struggles and let me not. I'm not gonna say the other thing. Oh goodness. But what's going on, folks? Welcome to tonight's episode of the Run and Gun Podcast. I'm Jay Peeps. Ace will be along a little bit later, and then as you know, Mr. Sasser right here
What's up, everybody?
is also along here with us and everything. So,
Always along for the running gun.
but yeah, season 9, episode 25 is Pro Bowl week. I think the game is what Sunday. I know nobody really pays attention to the Pro Bowl anymore, but
Yeah, it's always Pro Bowl, and then after the Pro Bowl, then it's Super Bowl.
I do honestly. I kind of miss when the Super Bowl or when the Super Bowl preceded the Pro Bowl. To be real with you,
Yeah, and I don't know. It's just I think with sports now, it's too long-winded, but we can get into that later if we want to. But 18 weeks is like, let's short it down a little bit. 16, 14 weeks. I don't know.
I mean, I like it as the consumer, but I mean, I can understand as the player is probably grueling. But that being said, we got a lot of things to talk about hit on tonight. So we found out probably what one, two, three, 60 or 50% of FAMU schedule is already out because I mean plug and play as you may. 12 games on the schedule. We know what 6 of them are, and we have speculation of what the homecoming game might be this year. So we'll talk about that as well. Also, Super Bowl matchup is set, of course. I know, it's a possible three-peat. Can they do what Kobe and the Lakers did? We'll talk about it. We'll talk about the GOAT debate that's being brought up. That's honestly, in my opinion, pretty stupid. And of course, somebody got suspended in the NBA as well.
Oh yeah, what the heck? Oh yeah.
So it'll be interesting here tonight.
Interesting week. Interesting, updates for this week. It's pretty interesting overall.
So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and run this intro. With that being said, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you leave a comment tonight as well too. We take all, and we will love interaction. We appreciate it. And with that being said, let's roll this intro. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is GP.
This is the Bo.
This is JC.
This is Flash. This is Jimi Hendrix.
And you're listening to.
And you are listening to.
And you're listening to.
And you're listening to the Run and Gun Podcast.
All right, so let's dive into it. Let's go. So, a couple things came out this week, of course, because you have schedules dropping here and there and all over the place. So, FAMU's 2025 schedule came out. They are back in the Orange Blossom Classic, which makes me now speculate and wonder where is this game with South Alabama supposed to be? If they're playing it, if they're not, that's fine. But it makes you wonder where is that game going to fall on the schedule. But August 30th is no longer against South Alabama. It's the Orange Blossom Classic against Howard in not Sun Life Stadium. God, it's not called that anymore. Hard Rock Stadium. The stadium, so many names.
So many names.
And then September 13th at home against Albany State. October 18th at home against Alcorn. October 25th at Southern. November 1st at home against Jackson State. Jackson State comes to Bragg for the first time since 2018. Mind you, also, FAMU hasn't beaten Jackson State in Bragg since, I want to say, since 97. So it's a lot of old demons to be flexed there that you got to get off your back. And then, of
Yeah.
course, the Florida Classic, November 22nd against Bethune. So I know many are wondering, much like we are. Let's see. There we go. I'll go ahead and pose it until Ace gets here. And, I think I'm also going to bring it up as photo evidence as well, too.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like doesn't usually typically homecoming fall around sometime around like November, October,
It does. It
October,
does.
November, October. Yeah.
There he is.
I'm late. I know. I'm half asleep.
Oh,
I've
dude,
had a
you're
long
good.
day.
That's been
What's
You're
good,
mine.
everybody?
That's been me too. I'm feeling half asleep all day.
Dude, I've had a long 2 days myself. I am
We all be tired.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to go get back in my actual bed in my house. As y'all can see, I'm not at home at the moment. But yeah, Ace. So we're here talking about it tonight. So yeah, Howard's the Orange Blossom Classic opponent for August 30th. Also, not to mention, this is the day before Miami plays Notre Dame on August 31st. September 13th is against Albany State. October 18th is against Alcorn. October 25th is at Southern. November 1st is at Jackson, or not at Jackson, at home against Jackson. And then November 22nd versus Bethune in the Florida Classic. So I already posed the question, of course, when will homecoming be? We know the home opener, I think, is Albany State, October or September 13th. But I mean, could be wrong. There's a few dates that aren't filled in yet. But yeah,
Let's say second to last weekend of October.
Hey, that was me too. I was thinking that too. I was like October, November. I would say also maybe the Jackson State game, maybe.
Nah, they won't do it then.
No.
hey, you know what? Wait, let me go ahead and share this real quick.
But no pun intended though. Like once you want your homecoming game at home, like you wouldn't want it. You wouldn't want it at another school. Like you'd be at.
Well,
Southern
obviously. Nah, it will be. It's gonna be against Damn, is it? That's not No, it's like the ramblings of there.
Honestly, I think from what it looks like,
October 25th.
that's at Southern.
October 25th?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. I'm reading this the wrong way. Crap.
It's okay, dude. It's okay.
You're going this like side to side. I thought you were going down and then down. Oh wow.
Yeah, no, honestly, these dates are all over the place. So I put like the supposed road games and neutral site games. So I thought on the left, and then the home games on the right. But Albany State ended up on the left. Alcorn or Mississippi Valley ended up on the right. It's okay. It's not a perfect world. It's fine. It's whatever.
Dang. So they're either gonna have a very early homecoming, or it's gonna be Jackson.
That's what I'm thinking too. Honestly, it's.
But I think they would rather do the early. They wouldn't want to have Jackson as a homecoming.
Now, if you want to really like. Now again,
it'll be either November 8th. It's gonna be either November 8th, or it's gonna be October 11th.
I think it's going to be October 18th.
Alcorn? Oh yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
I misread that. I thought that was at. I'm half asleep. Damn. Yeah, I'll be Alcorn. It's gonna be Alcorn.
Yeah, because I'm
second last week of October, third, mid October. Yeah, that's about right. It'll be Alcorn.
Because I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, they wouldn't schedule a game that could possibly have the SWAC East on the line. Maybe
that's homecoming.
Yeah, because I look at it like how I'm sure everybody else is looking at it. The games that are going to sell tickets, because Jackson State's going to sell tickets itself. Alabama State going to sell tickets itself. NC Central, old MEAC team coming in, that's going to sell tickets. It's going to get a lot of traction. Plus they're a good team. They're expected to be in the hunt again. Although I think everybody here can agree that we're pretty confident Michael Vick and Norfolk is taking the MEAC this year.
Oh yeah.
And then of course, I mean, Albany State's not going to be homecoming, not in September. So, I mean, you're leaning towards all directions being at Alcorn, honestly. So, I mean, hey, yeah, this is one team on this schedule that I don't think I've ever gotten the chance to see play before. So it'll be exciting. I mean, I know they probably.
You know who I'm taking?
Oh yeah, no, I know. 'Cause-
You know who I'm taking? You know me and Alcor, we got beef. We got beef. It's not fun with me, you know.
Uh-oh.
hey,
That's what, 4 years now? That's going on 4 years of beef with Alcorn.
yes, it is. It is.
It's been
So
a long time now.
You got 4
I mean-
years of beef with corn? Just kidding. Trying to be
Stop
funny
it.
there. I was trying to be
But we
funny
didn't
there.
put you in time off of that corny joke.
I mean, the funny thing about it is everybody keeps saying they're like, "Oh, this is so disrespectful. How could they make us homecoming?" And oh, we're gonna go take over that stadium. First of all, this isn't like the NFL. You're not. B, good luck finding a hotel in Tallahassee.
They
C,
don't know.
no, they really don't. C, you should see how congested Tallahassee is on homecoming. And if I'm not oh no, they're lucky. Florida State plays Stanford that day out in California, so Florida State won't even be in town. So either way, it's still very congested in Tallahassee on homecoming. So all my advice would be just don't park in the towaway zone. So if you are coming,
I mean,
That is
if
fact.
it is an Alcorn fan, I would say, yeah, do that.
honestly, hell, if it's a Jackson fan, I'd say do it too. November 1st. You know,
We're petty. Anyways,
I could
But-
give an early prediction of like a win-loss, but you know, it's,
I mean, go ahead. Hey,
it's too early to tell. I mean, who knows?
there's I
what?
think 2 to 3 guaranteed.
I think there's like three losses, 3 to 4 losses. I think one of them would be Jackson. Like the other one maybe Southern, and one of those 2 bottom ones. I don't know. I've never seen those logos or their names. I'm probably sure I've seen the name, but I just don't know the logo.
The only 2 I could really say might be losses right now, honestly, because again, and don't speculate, people, because this is what we do. We jump the gun so quick. Don't speculate.
Yeah.
It's still January. It's January 29th. Right now, I think that they do lose to for sure. If South Alabama's still on the schedule, I think they're losing that. I'm sorry.
Yep, they're within that.
And I do think, I mean, the home winning streak has already been broken. So, I mean, the pressure's not really on there. I think you're going to lose to Jackson. As it stands right now, I think you lose that one too.
Yeah.
So, I
I
think
think that's
those
who they bring in at quarterback. But right now, yeah, I don't have them beating Jackson. I don't have them beating South Alabama. And if they don't bring their big boy pants on for Howard, they're going to lose to Howard too. Just like how they got beat up toward the end of the year last year.
Now, that's going to be an exciting one, though. Orange Blossom Classic bringing back FAMU. So, it's always a good time in South Florida. I mean, everybody's got varying opinions about it. Me personally, and I've said this before to certain people, I personally don't have a problem. You give me a free weekend in Miami, not a free weekend, but you give me a weekend to go to Miami. You really think I'm going to say no?
Yeah.
If you got offered a free weekend, or not a free, I need to stop saying free weekend, but if you got offered a weekend in Miami to go see a football game, hell, maybe even 2, because Miami plays Notre Dame the next day, do you really think you're going to say no?
Oh, especially that game? No, heck no.
Yeah, dude. You got 2 hot tickets.
Yeah.
You got one of the hottest tickets in HBCU football, probably FCS football, to open the season up, and then you got a hot ticket Sunday night.
Yeah.
But again, I get both sides of the argument, and I understand, but it's my personal preference. And
I want to see what the defense looks like next year, though. I'm really curious. They lost their DC linebacker coach Milton Patterson to New England. I saw that one the other day.
Yeah, no, honestly, dude, I'm
He
rooting
went the
for.
same route KJ Black did.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm glad you said that, Ace, because I get it. Everybody's saying, thank God he's gone or what and whatever, this, that, and the other.
Hey, them linebackers and DBs were good for a minute.
Dude, honestly, they finished the season strong.
Exactly. There's been a good minute they were good on that
Dude.
team. The D line is the issue, not the linebackers and DBs.
Yeah, and there's no depth. There's no depth at that position, at the D line position, honestly. And you hope that improves for 2025. Now, the speculation is that Coles is going to be calling the defense. Last season it was Patterson, so we'll see what happens. They made some additions.
Not to cut you off, I don't think it's the play calling was the issue on the defense side. They just couldn't tackle.
That's true too, and I don't think that they had the personnel. I don't think they had the right. And to claw and scratch to 7-5 without having the right personnel, it says a lot. So, I mean, I wonder, if you get the right personnel, what can 2025 be? You have so many opportunities to make a statement. And honestly, whoever puts the schedules together for FAMU, kudos, because I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in the state.
This is not a gauntlet this year, and it's not a gauntlet.
It's really not. The road games,
like last year, you knew where the gauntlet was. This year doesn't have one.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like Southern, that's gettable on the road. Alabama A&M, I mean, they got a new coach this year. That's still gettable. Pine Bluff, gettable. Mississippi Valley, they got you at home. Now you got a chance to get that sour taste out of your mouth. Go see first-year head coach Terrell Buckley. What would you say?
I said that was still pathetic.
Oh, no, dude, it was. It was. It really was. But, again, now you got a chance to get a sour taste out of your mouth and go do something about it. Terrell Buckley is a first-year head coach. You got probably what might be a little bit of a friendly competition there between two former FSU DBs and Colsey and Buckley. One was more prominent than the other. One was the guy after Dion left Tallahassee, and that's Terrell Buckley. One also invented the Lambeau Leap, Terrell Buckley. But, I mean, it's going to be a good time. There's a lot of storylines here. It's a lot of storylines. Also, too, FAMU needs to get a second contract written up for Patrick Curry. They do. They're playing better basketball at this point right now than they were a season ago, and I like to see the progression. So look, I know everybody's got varying opinions about that. Get the man his deal. He's earned it. Because who knows? Maybe you bring him back for year 2, you make another giant leap, and we'll see what happens. But as of right now, personally, if I must say so, I think Southern's going to the NCAA tournament because I think they're going to win the sweat, which would be interesting. Two straight years where a Louisiana school made the NCAA tournament. Let's see. Also, too, we got Jackson State and Grambling meeting up in Las Vegas. So, yeah. So, I mean, technically, I'm not sure who's sacrificing a home game there. I think it's Jackson State because they played at Grambling last year. But I know this is.
It's like you said about the trip to Miami. It's just a trip to Vegas. I don't think they care.
Dude, literally, you get a trip to Vegas. I mean, it's gonna cost an arm and a leg. That's more expensive than getting down to Miami. But like, dude, free opportunity to go play the slots, go see some shows of your choosing.
Sure.
Wait. Now, Mr. Seth, what were you about to say?
Nothing. I was just saying that's true. Like, I mean, it's Las Vegas. It's the city of it's like another city that doesn't sleep. It's a city where you play the slots. It's a city where you go and see shows, whatever shows you want.
It's also called Sin City.
It's also called Sin City. Yeah, that too. Yeah.
I'm not saying it.
It's funny
Look.
because it's grambling, and it sounds like you're saying gambling in a way. So I was gonna make like a
That's
grambling,
not what I was gonna
gambling,
say, but yeah,
Las
sure.
Vegas. I don't know. I was just trying to put like words together.
Hey, look, as long as
Yeah.
there's no incident like the Hangover, then I think everybody should be good.
As long as
It's
nobody
true.
gets behind their car, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Steering wheel.
I feel like I knew the reference to that, but I
Just don't be doing no DUIs in Vegas.
Yeah.
I knew where you, bro. That's messed. Come on now, that's messed up.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just saying we don't need another person wasting their life. That's all I'm saying.
Ooh. Don't need another person
Now-
getting in trouble or another
I got the
person
perfect
getting-
transition to the NFL.
You do. Also, to note before we do move on, Alcorn doesn't play a home game until October, according to their schedule. Which is, I mean, I don't know who put together their schedule, but that's messed up, man.
That's sad. Anyways,
That is. I know. Ace doesn't care because we're gonna get somebody to like donate you an Alcorn T-shirt.
nah.
Yeah, that's what-
Anyways, I mean, we got somebody wasting their life down over in Las Vegas. Is the next one that happened in Georgia. Now, his teammates now going to the Super Bowl. What happened in Georgia was similar to Henry Ruggs.
Wait, what happened in Georgia similar to Henry Ruggs?
Jalen Carter's teammate.
He had a lot of teammates that couldn't drive within the speed limit.
Well, there was the one that actually died. Remember?
Oh, because it was a DUI, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was just the wait. Oh crap!
Yeah.
It was a hit and run or something like that. Remember?
Oh,
I can't
And that's why you fell to 9
Ooh,
or 10 or
Oh,
whatever
that-
it was.
thought it was.
Oh, dang it! See, I'm drawing a blank now.
Damn.
Don't worry. Anyways, that I don't know. He left the scene and now he's in the Super Bowl. That one was kind of oof. There.
Wait a
Funny career
minute.
trajectory. But you know what? I don't care. I'm still taking the Eagles in the Super Bowl.
Oh,
We got. Well, I'm saying that pick straight off the bat. I know the Chiefs are gonna win it, but I'm still taking the Eagles.
which
Yeah.
brings up the first one for tonight. Do you have faith in the Eagles?
Give the ball to
I've seen that
Saquon.
man. I've seen that man number one throw 300 yards and 4 TDs in the Super Bowl. Outplayed Mahomes. Say what you want. He did.
Yeah.
He really did. And he's cut down the fumble. Oh crap! You know what? Knock on the wood. Making sure I knock on this wood here. I don't need the BS to happen to my man. Man has gone to 2 Super Bowls in 4 years as a starter.
Yeah.
That's impressive. I know people want to say he's a system quarterback. The man's had 4 different offensive coordinators in those 4 years.
He's had more than that. You go all the way back to his freshman year at Alabama.
Alabama, he's had a different OC every year. The man
Yeah.
just learned the system. He's executed. Been to two natties. No, he went to 3 natties, right?
He went the one where he went. The first one was the one where they lost to Clemson in Tampa, and then the next
Second one, he got benched for Tua.
Yeah.
And then the third one, he came in the SEC championship. Did they make the natty in that one?
I believe so. They did. I think so. That was 2018. That was also the year they lost to Clemson. That was in Santa Clara.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then he went to Oklahoma, and then he made the college football playoff in his first year in Oklahoma.
yes,
Albeit he ran into
2019.
the greatest college football team of all time. Went to
Yes.
the NFL, sat behind Carson Wentz for a minute, took it over. Next year, made the playoffs. The year after that, went to the Super Bowl. Made the playoffs after that. The year after, back to the Super Bowl this year. So I was just saying, got this off of jet. Man's won everywhere he's went. People don't want to like him, whatever. He doesn't get himself in trouble like some other guys. Doesn't
That's
have a crappy family that puts him in bad light. Man just
That's
goes
true.
about his business. Man goes
Yeah.
about the business, get it done.
Although I
Now
will
back to
say,
the second Super Bowl.
Give
I
the, give
need
the
him to
ball.
win
Give the ball to your boy Saquon. Let him run through.
yes. Honestly, yeah.
You know Spagnola's gonna sell out for Saquon.
We don't.
We're gonna need AJ Brown to stop looking at real estate in New England for another 2 weeks. Just hold it off 2 more weeks, AJ Brown. You put down what's that stupid thing, Zill? You put down Zill last week. I need you to put down Zill another 2 more weeks. I know you're going to New England next year. Just gotta lock in 2 more weeks. Win the Super Bowl, then you can go off to New England to team back up with Mike Vrabel.
Wait a minute. You got what's his name? You got wait a minute. You have AJ Brown going to.
New England. AJ Brown's going to New England next year for sure. New England's going to trade the 2nd round pick for AJ Brown.
I could see. I was thinking
they're going to do that and pay T. Higgins.
Yeah, you got to.
Too much sense. Makes too much sense. Remember AJ Brown was beefing with Hurts earlier this year?
Yes.
And he and Vrabel spin tight. Vrabel never wanted to trade him back in Tennessee. You know Vrabel's going to go back and get him now because May needs a number 1. They're going to take Will Campbell at 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can take A.J. Brown with your 2nd round pick, basically. Done.
It's crazy to believe, like, it feels like
back on the Super Bowl.
It feels like the last 2, Eagles QB wide receiver duos have always had beef. Like T.O. and Donovan McNabb had beef quietly, although that one was more out
but
there.
But Devontae never really had beef with Hurts. It's only A.J. Brown.
I know, that's what I'm getting at. AJ Brown and Hurts. But I guess
Devontae is too quiet. You don't hear Devontae say much.
Because you got to look at the system he came out of. A lot of those guys, they know
DK can't keep quiet.
Look at the system he came out of.
The same as AJ Brown. That's why I said it.
Exactly. Like that, it's something about those. They weren't coached by Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss. Those were those, not Auburn. God, what was that dude's name? He coaches at Auburn now. I'm drawing a blank.
No, Malzahn is in the UCF. Dang it. Brain crashed. I'm gonna check it.
Shame on me for drawing a blank on this.
Hugh Freeze. Yeah.
There we go. He's one of those Hugh Freeze guys. Like, the vibe with Hugh Freeze is different than the vibe when you get a guy from Nick Saban.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a difference there, and you can obviously see it. And then it's funny enough, too, if you look at the lineup of the defense for the Eagles in the Super Bowl, most of their draft classes have come from Alabama, Georgia, Clemson, winning programs.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was telling your boy Trey, when you draft winning programs and winning potential, and then add on guys you can develop and steadily bring on that aren't going to be bust. Philadelphia Eagles, number 1 defense, 28 points scored off turnovers in that NFC Championship.
Hey, the Eagles basically, the Saints gifted the Eagles a Super Bowl appearance on that defense side. It's so crazy. Because remember back in, I want to say it was 22, I think it was. Remember, the Saints made that boneheaded trade to give him their future first to take Trevor Penning, and they gave him the top 10 pick that became Jalen Carter. You traded Chauncey for a 5th round pick. Then he left and then he came back. So he made 2 Super Bowl appearances with Chauncey there. Then you got Zach Bond. You misused him. You drafted him to play like a zone linebacker when he was really an all-around type different guy. You let him walk to Philadelphia for nothing, and you never even got a comp pick for him. So 3 key pieces on that Philly defense, all from one team that they didn't use properly. Well, they mismanaged their situations, I should say. Anyways, back to the Eagles on the Super Bowl. I do believe that they could get it done. I mean, my future head coach is coaching on that offense. He learned how to run the ball. Ironically, he got fired because he didn't know how to run the ball, and his guy who got him fired didn't even get the job for the team that he's about to get.
Mm.
He didn't even get an interview. What did that say? Just saying. Anyways, Fat Boy couldn't coach.
I think we'll kind of see almost like a repeat too of like the other Super Bowl. Basically, the rematch. It'll probably be like a field goal, a doink.
Honestly,
Honestly,
would have won if the refs didn't call that holding.
That's true. It's that damn holding.
Remember they called that on James Bradbury? He just had his hand on Juju's back, and they called that holding.
For like a split
Oh
second.
yeah, I remember that. Oh
It
my
was
god.
a split second, and I'm like, everyone's like, yeah, I don't know.
And that's when the BS with the refs started.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways,
no.
yeah. Quinyon Mitchell's way better than James Bradbury was back then. Still got Slay. He's still playing great. Your secondary of Reed Blankenship and Chauncey is better than what it was. What I believe, I don't think McLeod was there. I don't remember who the safety was back then. Safety's good. No, but like the first Super Bowl they played against each other 2 years ago. I don't remember who the safety was then.
Oh,
Anyways,
no, I don't remember who that was back then either. But yeah, dude, Cooper DeJean, that's a bad white boy.
He should have had a pick. He dropped it. I want to say it was last week against the Rams.
Oh no, that's that was the NFC divisional round.
Yeah, against the Rams. Yeah. But the defense is way better than Buffalo's, and better than Houston's all around, I should say.
Yes.
And as long as they don't touch Mahomes above his shoulder pads, they should be fine.
I want to see how that plays out because you look at Philly's defense and it's very gritty.
Jalen Carter's going to make a very stupid penalty that's going to cost him the Super Bowl.
I really hope that that's not the case.
Yeah.
Personally, but
now this photo is misleading because if you look at it from the other angle, you can definitely see the balls over the line. But this way, how it's coming from the back end and it's not down the line, it makes it look like he's short.
It makes it look like he's on the line. Like
to me, he looks like he has it.
Yeah,
exactly. But on the other side, like if you were looking at it from like toward Josh Allen's face, not his back, and you literally.
Did he freeze? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, no, there's other things at play in this playoff run.
Oh, dude, yes. Like
I think it's just like refs making boneheaded calls, and it's like, what are you seeing here that we don't?
Dude, and the thing is like I was telling somebody else, like I think it was back in November. You don't realize it and you don't want to believe it until you actually watch them play your team. When they play your team, you see it. And then after you watch them play your team, then you see a
notice it.
Yeah, because honestly, for me, after the Monday night game where the Bucks played them, I watched their game against Buffalo in the regular season when they went up to Buffalo and lost. And I saw a blatant face mask where they grabbed James Cook. No flag. And then I see this, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Yep. And then I look at when the Commanders blasted Jared Goff on that interception that went back for a TD, and I'm just like, like if that had been Mahomes, and then what?
Flag, can't touch him.
And even then, you pissed off Troy Aikman because now you're flopping out of bounds. Like, dude, come on.
Yeah,
they have no shame. They know they're gonna get away with it.
And that's the annoying part. Sadly,
the annoying part. Yeah.
And they don't think they're doing anything wrong.
Oh, freaking shit! There were some other calls in that game that I was watching, and I was like,
the pick. Remember, like Bishop had it right. He came down, the ball hit the ground, and then they ruled it a catch for Xavier Woods. You know, I'm like,
yes,
okay,
yeah, that was
had it. It hit the ground. It did move, and then you ruled a catch for the other team. Like, how?
Jim Nantz was saying that's a catch, and I'm like, Jim Nantz, you do not know what you're looking at. Jim
Nantz and Tony Romo are annoyingly biased to the Chiefs.
Yeah, you guys are so old and senile. Like, what the hell do you guys see? Pardon my French, but it's like, Jesus. Oh, yeah, that was incomplete. I mean, they were battling for the ball, but Isaiah kind of had a hand on it. But then by the time the ball was like this, and it was on like turf.
If only the Ravens ran a play for Isaiah Likely and not Mark Andrews, we would have had a different game.
Or if Zay Flowers was available, that probably would have been a different game changer too.
Oh wait, here it is.
Are you pulling up the catch?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That to me, I look at that every time, and I've seen it posted everywhere on social media. I rule that incomplete. I don't know what those refs were seeing or what commentators thought they. I mean, yeah, commentators are gonna be so unbiased, but I don't know.
Here it is.
It's annoying.
But can y'all see that?
It's loading.
It's so loading.
There we go.
Okay. Here we go.
Here's a Kansas City catch. And first down and goal.
Oh, Tony, I know you're not going to agree with this one.
49 seconds on the
Well,
game clock.
I want to see. There's the
No
hand.
bonus
The
charge.
white glove
Timeout is
has to
Washington's
have
challenge.
possession of that. So right there,
Worthy does not have possession at any point. The ball hits the ground, and then he gets it.
and
Make
I
it
can
make
see
it full screen.
because you can't completely
Hmm.
say no. But that ball hits pretty. I don't know if you have possession for it.
The
Gene?
other thing you're saying is Worthy's pinning it there. Now when it comes down and it makes contact with the ground, does
Look at it
right
right
there.
there.
Boom.
It literally bounced.
Literally.
It
Like,
moved.
what are we doing?
We still don't
What
know
are-
what a catch is 10 years after. Is it 10 years? No, 11 years now since that initial one with Dez. 11 years later, they still don't know what a catch is.
25 years after Bert Emanuel. Over
Still
10
don't know
years
what
after
catch
Dennis. Do I need to go get the? You know what? Let me bring that up too. I'm glad. I'm glad. See, we're going back in time now. We're gonna go
Oh,
look at
Another
'Cause-
history session of penalty talk. Great.
because honestly, I'm telling you this. Let me see. Let me stop sharing real quick because I don't know what's gonna pop up if I type in Bert Emanuel.
Well, with Elon's Twitter, it's probably going to be some 18 and up type nonsense. You can't search up anything on Twitter anymore and not have some weird ass shit popping up. Anyways,
That's
Here
true.
we
yeah.
go.
But with the Super Bowl, man, I'm gonna say this: if Eagles secondary makes some turnovers, I think they win it. And as long as Jalen Hurts doesn't turn it over and Saquon doesn't turn it over, they'll be fine.
Yeah, Saquon needs to play the game of his life. He needs to look like the NFL's leading rusher and impose his will.
He needs to go out there and
Rip
I
one.
don't
He
know.
needs one big run. Give him
Yeah.
one big run. That
so
will
many
spark the rest of the team.
touches, 3 TDs. If he could break like 300 yards, that'd be sick.
There we go.
Bert Emanuel's
This is
catch.
a championship game, right? And they said it was incomplete. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, this was the '99 NFC Championship.
Oh,
Where
Bucks.
that season, that the greatest show on turf. This was the lowest amount of points the greatest show on turf ever scored. That whole '99 season.
Catch. Yeah, that's good. I mean,
That's a catch.
there's nothing wrong there.
Nope.
As
Never
you said
moved.
earlier, when you get in the last 2 minutes and the entire overtime, if there is an overtime, it would be in the hands upstairs.
He had possession.
I'll say this:
I'll-
once they get more upstairs making the calls,
It's like
that's
this.
when you
Like,
can allow it to be rigged.
the hands are like here. The ball's kind of like right there. But I mean, it never moves. Like he has ball security.
And quite honestly, that catch was more of a catch. And Bert Emanuel caught it. Dez caught it. I'll get a Cowboys fan. from
That never moved. Like the ball never
The
moved.
Jesse
His
James one,
hands-
y'all remember that one?
He just went.
Remember he like leaned over and his hand just like turned on the ball a little bit after he caught it and he went down, and they said
Mhm.
that wasn't complete. That one was a catch too.
Yeah, see, dude, I don't get what it is with these.
It's a
NFL
catch until it's not a catch conveniently to the NFL.
Exactly.
Let's say it like that.
It's like
Exactly.
Brady trying to explain the whole thing with the tuck rule.
Yeah, dude. Honestly,
That's gonna be the new thing right there.
didn't
Bam.
he eventually come out and tell Charles Woodson that it was a fumble?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because yeah. He was trying to explain it, and he was like, "Oh,
Yeah. Watch all these years later, you go back and look at it, and you're like, Xavier Worthy didn't catch that ball.
yeah."
He really didn't. I mean, I get it. Ties go to the wide receiver, but it's also like, dude, come on. Like, the ball clearly hits
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a catch until it's conveniently not a catch for the NFL for what they want.
True.
Like
Now,
the NFL wanted the Rams and Greatest Show on Turf to make the Super Bowl. They wanted the Rams in the Super Bowl in 2018. They wanted the Patriots in the Super Bowl in 2016 or whatever it was when the Jesse James catch was ruled incomplete. They wanted the Packers in the Super Bowl. No, they wanted the Packers made the NFC Championship game, but they wanted the Seahawks anyway. But still, they wanted
yeah,
Rodgers in the championship game in that one. They
that was-
wanted they wanted the Chiefs to win here. So it's a catch until it's conveniently not a catch for the NFL.
yeah. So next one here is, are the Ravens and Bills becoming what the Knicks and the Pacers were in the 90s? So for added context, what I'm saying is,
They mentally can't beat them.
Yeah, like the Bills are basically looking like Patrick Ewing's Knicks. The Ravens look like Reggie Miller's Pacers.
Ooh.
So, two good teams that never got there because they were blocked by Michael Jordan.
Now Patrick Mahomes ain't no Michael Jordan.
Now, and I'm glad you said that too. Now,
I will say this: you watch the NFL this year, right? You there is no person on the planet with a straight brain that could say Patrick Mahomes was the best quarterback this year.
That's also true. He was not.
I would arguably say Patrick Mahomes wasn't even top 5 this year.
Nope.
He wasn't. No, it's just Spagnuolo had a great defensive scheme every week, pretty much.
Mhm.
Or for what, 14?
And the worst part about the Chiefs
Top
is
10,
Spagnuolo's
but-
never going to become a head coach.
That's true too.
Okay.
He's not going anywhere.
So he's stuck there and he's going to make people's lives miserable.
Mhm.
And the only guy who believes he can beat anybody has the worst defense in the NFL, and they decided to go hire the dude who got 40 dropped on him in the championship game and decided to put the second corner on an island against the best wide receiver in football. So what does that tell you?
He's thinking the same way I'm thinking. That's the funny part about it. Cause I'm sitting here like, you know what? Like, it makes you
You got
appreciate.
40 points got dropped on your head in the championship game.
It's okay. Zach Taylor won't be there next year. Joe Burrow's
Joe
coming.
Brady will. Or
Exactly.
Joe Burrow's requesting a trade.
Exactly. Hey, look.
Hey, if they do not get this Jamar Chase this deal done with Jamar Chase, Burrow's gone next year. I can tell you that straight up.
I don't blame him. This one
Because I believe he's what 30 now, or like 29 or something like that.
Probably.
Nah, 27, 28, I think.
Let me see.
Nah, I don't think he might be the same. He's older than Lamar, I think. Lamar just turned 28, so Joe Burrow might be like 29.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. My bad. I'm sorry. I got distracted. No, it's nothing bad. It was something else.
You got sent something totally out of pocket, didn't you?
No. It wasn't bad. But where were we? I got distracted by a moment. Where were we? Jeez, catch me up.
Joe Burrow's age. Jeez,
Joe Burrow,
gosh.
yeah.
He saw something. He saw a nice. I'm not finish my sentence of what I'm thinking, but
Yeah, Joe Burrow's 20, he's 28. He just turned 28 back in December.
okay, so he's the same age as Lamar. Mahomes is a year older than both. Why is when I search up Joe Burrow's age, I get Olivia Ponton? Who the hell is that?
Honestly, I'm surprised you don't get Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
Who is this person?
Wait,
Now-
and then what about Josh Allen? Is he about the same age or older or what?
28.
Also 28.
So they're all 28. And as in terms of Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky's era, it's 27 through 34, I believe, is what they dubbed the winning years of a player.
Yeah.
So
Now-
the window's not closed on Burrow, Lamar, and Josh Allen.
No.
But I will say this: if they want true success, they better go hop over to the NFC before Jaden Daniels takes it over. Because right now, Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback in the conference, and he's running the show. But he's got a good team around him because he's only making $20 million a year. These young guys who coming up, they're going to be getting $50-60 million, and they're going to eat up the big portion of the cap space. Jalen Hurts only making $20 million.
Now,
So Jared Goff on one hand is making $50 million. That's $30 million difference that the Eagles could put into other guys outside their quarterback compared to the Lions who have to pay Jared Goff $30 million more.
now the thing about it is for them to jump over, if they do decide to, let's say they do. What if they go somewhere, they think they're going to have success, and then A, they never get back, or B, they get there and they still get beat by Mahomes? That's the other thing you got to worry about. What becomes the
I'll say
narrative?
it is. There's a guy down in Houston. If he can actually get an offensive line, he don't afraid nobody. 9 in Cincinnati and 7 in Houston. Those are the only two quarterbacks I think don't fear any quarterback in the league. It's just they have terrible GMs running the show in terms of offensive line and defense.
Mm-hmm. I think so. I think so too. Now, for the other thing, with regard to this,
8 needs a dome.
Do we think?
Lamar needs a dome.
yes, and I don't think he needs to go down to Miami either. He doesn't.
No, not Miami, but if he goes to a team with a dome, like not Dallas, but like I don't know, Arizona.
Dallas can.
Let's say this, right? Arizona calls Baltimore, Lamar requests a trade, say, hey, we'll give you Kyler and like 2 firsts. If Lamar wants to go to the NFC. That'd work. Because the Pacific Northwest cold is completely different than a snowed Northeast.
I think that.
I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know.
That could be like the same.
That's if Lamar was because Lamar definitely sounded frustrated after how that went.
He did, and now Mark Andrews' head is on a chopping block for a trade. So I think it's possibly going to
If
happen.
only they ran that play for Isaiah Likely. That's all I gotta say.
I know. Maybe
the man caught you the touchdown to get you the lead. Why did you not run the play right back to him?
Tell you, these coaches,
or you got a guy number 22, none of the best running back of the generation, or second best, depending on whoever you ask. We'll go and say you got that freight train right there. Put him 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage and let him go downhill full head of steam. Ain't nobody in Buffalo going to stop it.
Nope.
Tell you, it's too simple that people make it too hard. That's what I think it is.
Philadelphia said, hey, we got arguably the best running back in the generation. First play, give it to him. Second play, give it to him. Third play, give it to him.
Dude, the division.
And once they dropped 8 into the box, 1-on-1 on the outside, throw it up for AJ Brown.
What was it? The divisional round, they were literally looking at each other, him and Jalen Hurts, saying, hey, watch this. It's going to be a touchdown. Sure enough, sprung him. Touchdown.
Yep.
But other news, Brian Schottenheimer is the new head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys basically didn't even try to make any moves with this hire. It was just too obvious and too pitiful. Big L, honestly. And apparently the whole Dion to Colorado thing was all smoke and mirrors. And this was a Stephen Jones hire. This wasn't even a Jerry Jones hire. So I'm telling you now, Cowboys aren't finishing first or second in the NFC East next season. This division for the next couple of years belongs to Philadelphia and Washington.
Mm-hmm.
And right now at this point, it's like you better hope the Giants don't roll out with something sweet, otherwise you might finish in last.
You better hope that nobody jumps Cleveland because we know Cleveland. I honestly, the way how it's sounding right now, it wouldn't shock me if Tennessee trades for a veteran like a Derek Carr or somebody like that,
Kirk
just to get a stop. I don't think it'll be Kirk, but I can see them going for a veteran quarterback, and then they say we're going to take this pass rusher who can get off the line in half a second, and he looks like he's going to be legit. Abdul Carter. They're going to go him one, like how Trayvon Walker was, but way better. get a guy, solidify your defensive line with that pass rusher, and say, hey, we got him. Second round, we could come back with Jackson Dart or Jalen Milrow, if anything, and have a vet to develop him behind. Move with that. Cleveland, I think they'd take a guy who could put fans back in the seats after what happened in the last couple of years with Travis Hunter, as it stands right now. New York then gets in position to say, oh, we got either Cam Ward or Shadur.
I saw something where Brady was looking to, because Brady's going to be very involved with this. Let's call it spade a spade.
Especially with Spy Tech.
Yeah. They looked like, from what it sounded like, because, Brady and Shador are cool. It looks like they're going to try to trade up and try to get into a spot where they can get Shador. And honestly, if I
that would work too, but I want to see what that trade looks like. I could see it being like the Sam Darnold one, where it was, I believe, I think it was like 3 seconds and 3/3 or something like that they added on top. Or 2 firsts and 2 seconds they go on top of that with to move up to the top 3.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be an intriguing draft to see, honestly.
This is a hard one to project.
It really is, because you don't know who's gonna make a move, you don't know who's gonna go where. Honestly,
free agency will explain a lot. I want to see what happens with that trash boy down in New Orleans, because when Kellen Moore shows up, he's gone for sure. I think.
Oh yeah, dude. Plus the fact that he's
not Moore is all but confirmed to the Saints, and if Kellen Moore is gonna run what he did in Philadelphia, the Saints are gonna go and sign Fields probably.
Yeah.
And let's talk about.
That's not even bias talking. That's not even my bias talk. I like say, you watch what Kellen Moore ran in Dallas. You watch what he ran in LA to an extent, and then you watch what he ran in Philadelphia and how he evolved running the ball with the quarterback. All 3 of those guys, like Herbert, Dak Prescott before the ankle injuries down in Dallas, and even Hurts, they all ran, right? Derek Carr can't run squat.
Yeah, no, and honestly, that experiment's over, quite honestly. I think
so. They're going to eat the cap and say, adios, get the hell out of town.
Yeah.
What do you guys think the Bucs need? I mean, and we kind of know maybe it's going to be a
Y'all,
different
they
head
hired.
coach,
They lost.
They lost Liam.
Oh my God. No.
So
I ruined the joke. I forgot the damn stupid.
You think Bucky's going to be around for a while?
Oh, dude, yeah, he's on a rookie deal. Yeah,
he's on a rookie. He ain't going nowhere. No, the Lord of the Rings, the stupid ass goblin.
Wait, what? Wait,
not Hobbit. The Hobbit. No.
Wait, who is Lord of the Rings?
Forgetting. Holy crap!
Gollum? What?
Gollum. Oh my God.
Oh, Godwin. Oh, yeah.
Not Godwin. Gollum. Oh my God! I don't know how I forgot his name.
Gollum?
No, William Cullen and Gollum looked the same in that interview, bro. I swear to God, the way how his eyes were all messed up, like his face just looked like Gollum.
So
I
mean, right now, the Bucs have apparently interviewed like 7 different guys for the job for OC, but from what it seems like, a lot of their needs are the defensive side of the ball. They need a linebacker. Sebastian Dennis is going to be back. He missed the whole season basically with a shoulder injury, but he'll be back. You need a corner. I'd say you need to go get a free agent to do that, because Jamel Dean's not the answer anymore. And then I think,
was he ever?
His 2020 season was his best season, in my honest opinion. But I think you need to go get another safety still, in my opinion. And I think the best one is Dan Jackson out of Georgia. And if you talk to Stank about it, he'll tell you that, you need a cold white boy. And that's what he calls him.
That's hilarious.
I think that's because, honestly, if you want to compare someone to Cooper DeJean, Dan Jackson. The only thing is Dan Jackson can lay wood more so than Cooper DeJean. But, yeah, I think, honestly, the main pieces are going to fall along, in my opinion, offensive line, and then all 3 levels on the defense. And then somebody projected Mbuka from Ohio State to the Bucs, but that's only, I think,
that's not happening.
if Godwin doesn't come back, I could
That's
see
not
it.
happening either way. They already have McMillan locked in. It would be more next year, I think. How do I say this? The Bucks would more likely take an X wide receiver first to develop behind Mike Evans in like the second or third round because they generally hit on their wide receivers in the third and fourth rounds more so. Because they've hit on Godwin, they hit on McMillan. I think they take another third round guy,
That's very true.
and so that's what I think they would do if they lose Godwin because McMillan's already settled into the wide receiver 2 spot.
Yeah.
So they're fine on that spot, but it's more of when Mike Evans get older
Yeah. Yeah.
that they need the replacement for. But
I think he could go for another 1,000 this season.
I think he will, dude.
I think he should. I mean, the way it's just like, yeah, no, the way he's playing at his performance at his age right now. Because what he's like,
It's like
32, 33.
31, I think.
Oh,
31.
he's the
Yeah.
same age as Tyreek, I think.
Let me see. 31.
I think he's 31. Yeah,
He's
he's the
31.
same age as Tyreek.
Because I know the Bucks are like the second youngest team in the league right now. Because outside of Levante David, Golston, and Mike Evans, everybody else is under the age of 30.
dang.
It's crazy. I know that's an insane stat that I found out, but
Saints are probably the oldest, one of the oldest teams.
Makes you feel like old, Jordan. Don't it? KP?
It does. I mean, because if you think about it, Mike Evans was what, a junior in college when we were in high school.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But I think Mike Evans is going to try to hit some milestones before he retires. I think Mike Evans is going to try to, because he's tied Jerry
I will
Rice.
say this: wide receivers hit 31 nowadays, and they fall off a cliff.
And I'd say it depends how you take care of your body. It depends. So
Well,
I mean,
depends
we'll
on
see.
the injury. Like Evans' hamstrings are starting to flare up now, so you got to keep an eye on that. Because you won't want to end up with a Julio situation where he hit 30 something, the hamstring started to act up, and he just wasn't the same.
It happens now, and to that, I was like, I mean, he's had hamstring injuries before, but again, I think he's going to try to break that 1,000-yard consistent season. He's tied with Jerry Rice now. I think he's going to try to pass Jerry Rice, and then from there, I mean, of course, Jerry Rice had 14,000-yard seasons. I think he's going to try to go for that. But I mean, Mike Evans, definitely a Hall of Famer in my book. Quite honestly,
Definitely.
it'll be.
Definitely retire a Buccaneers.
I think he will. I think him and Levante David both will. I mean, Jason Light did everything in his power this offseason to keep Mike Evans out of Houston and to keep Levante David out of San Francisco. So it'll be intriguing to see how 2025 works out.
Yeah. My big thing too is, sorry, real quick. It's like, when's Brady going to be inducted in the Hall of Fame?
2027.
3 years from now, right?
Yeah.
How many years been retired? Baker's been in the Bucks 2 years. Yeah, 3 more years.
Yeah, so he's coming up on the end of his wait. So, but they were trying to say like, oh, Brady should just skip the line and get in because he has all these rings and all these accolades. He basically had 3 different careers. And I'm just like, nah, that's not how the Hall of Fame works. If Montana had to wait, Brady's gonna wait.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's only fair.
Yeah, so now it's gonna be special when it happens because I mean, honestly, I'm not sure how it works. I don't know if the franchise retires your jersey and puts you in the Ring of Honor first before the Hall of Fame or after the fact, but like they need to arrange for that. I mean, I'm glad the Patriots did it already because he's forever originally going to be a Patriot.
Yeah.
And Robert Kraft's already said nobody's going to ever wear 12 again. So, yeah. But as far as hot topics goes, speaking of Brady, people are bringing up this Brady Mahomes debate, and I'm quite sick of it.
All I gotta say is just look up Tom Brady's record versus Mahomes in the playoff Super Bowl record, and that's all you need to know. Done.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next topic.
Bingo. Because literally in the AFC Championship, beat them. Super Bowl, embarrassed them.
Yeah.
Burrow and Brady are the only quarterbacks to ever beat Mahomes in the playoff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny enough. Who do we miss the most right now? Joe Burrow. Funny enough. Now, and I like the fact that Ace said what he said about the whole Jordan Mahomes thing and the AFC. I'll put it like this. And people are going to be Team LeBron and all that too. That the one thing that's different about this debate, and it's really not even a debate.
They played each other.
Exactly. Jordan and LeBron, they played each other in a charity game, but it wasn't the footage is lost miraculously. Lost. Nobody.
Clutch Sports probably erased it.
Yeah. So it's one of those things. It's like that 100-point game that we just never got to see.
Yeah.
So
I just find it hilarious that 100-point game never has any footage, but they have footage of every single thing else besides it.
I feel like the one thing the Chiefs fans and Mahomes fans would say is that, Mahomes is the only person now that could three-peat, potentially three-peat, other than Jordan. That's
well, I
it.
mean, Kobe did.
But Kobe, my bad. Yeah.
Now, the thing about it is, with Jordan, you look at his run, some say he got suspended for 2 years, so he left to go play basketball.
Baseball.
Baseball. Play baseball instead.
Baseball. But I mean, partially, I'm not sure what year that was when his father got killed, but I think that had a little bit to do with it too, like in him leaving the game for a little while. So I think, honestly, in my opinion, if Jordan hadn't have left, I think Jordan probably could have won 8 in a row, maybe 10, because who was the team after the Bulls in 99 and what was it, 99?
Shaq and Kobe.
No, Spurs, 99 Spurs.
Oh yeah, David Robinson, Spurs. That was Tim Duncan's rookie year, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And then it's like the next year in 2000, Phil Jackson's in LA and Kobe and the Lakers won their first one. But it makes you wonder if Jordan and the Bulls stay together in the year 2000 for one last run, it's like Phil Jackson probably doesn't leave. You probably win another one. So you probably
that's Jerry Krause's fault.
The what?
That's Jerry Krause's fault.
Exactly. Yeah. Funny enough, who do you think ended up playing the monster from Space Jam? Why do you think he looked like Jerry Krause? The head monster.
That makes a lot of sense now, looking back at it.
Exactly. Like
they knew what they were doing.
Because now you're like, but yeah, I mean, I think now that's the aspect of the game where, like, I see Brady more so being that dominant assassin killer instinct type. I don't see that with Mahomes. He sat back this year. He didn't really have to like dial in and take over. He just, more so feels like he just saved himself. Now, Philly's defense, you're going to have to play.
Nolan Smith going to have to put some belt to.
But see it. Oh, boy. Jerry Krause.
I'm telling you. It's a spitting image, man.
Spitting image.
But yeah, so as far as this Jimmy Butler suspended by the Heat after they beat the
that game.
Tell me about this,
Magic
man.
lost because the Magic lost because they refused to take Franz off the minute restriction. He only played 29 minutes in regulation. And they blew the lead in the fourth quarter, and then Paolo was exhausted. And nobody else doing much when the two star players are tired, and then they just lock in on everybody else, and it goes to hell. That being said, they need to be trading for a guy. I don't care if it's Colin Sexton, Anthony Simons, or Jordan Poole. One of them needs to be on the team. Get Cole Anthony off the team. That needs to happen.
Jordan Poole, in my opinion.
See, now the issue with Jordan Poole is what people like to bring up. It's the money, even though Poole's only $5 million more than Anthony Simons. And that's because when the cap goes up next year, it's going to account for only 20% of the salary cap, which isn't really that bad when you look at it. is just a big fancy number, even though he's playing like an all-star now. And Draymond Green punched him into 2 years into the future with post-concussion syndrome. That's why he was terrible for 2 years. Anyways, he's finally back to playing like Jordan Poole was back in Golden State, which is good. It's just people can't get those 2 years he had concussion issues out of their head. Anthony Simons, on the other hand, can't play defense for his life at times, but he can hit a shot anywhere on the court. He learned a little too much from Dame in that regard. He just doesn't have Dame's handle to the same degree, but still a good pickup either way when Portland. But Portland's been winning games, so who knows if they actually make a sell move. Now, Sexton, that's probably the cheapest one, and he fits, but they're not going to. Knowing them and their old heads, they won't trade for nobody. But the Miami Heat, man, they have issues. Jimmy Butler's been a distraction, so they're probably suspending him till he gets traded.
Yeah.
Probably to Phoenix. Phoenix just wants to have that nursing home team. It'll be like Phoenix. Let me say this is how Phoenix is running. Phoenix is operating like how Brooklyn was back in 2012, 2013, or whatever year it was. I think it was 2013 that trade happened. Yeah. The Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, they try to bring in a bunch of old heads to try to win a ring.
Yep.
Backfired. Gave up the future. That's what's going to happen with them.
It's crazy how the Suns have gone from like a finals team to what they are now. It's crazy.
To an impartial mid team.
Yeah. Like,
Pretty much.
They're not even mid. They're below mid.
They're not.
KD's still good. Booker's still good. It's just that team has no depth, no young pieces, and Bradley Beal's a horrible contract. I think Phoenix would have been better positioned after the KD trade if they didn't go bring in Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
Because that Bradley Beal contract was horrendous.
It's crazy to me how like basketball doesn't have those like teams that are like that you look at them and you say, man, they could probably get back like next year, and then like it just doesn't happen. It's whereas in the past it was like that was a possibility, especially with like the Spurs. It was like, dang, like they lost this one, but you just know Greg Popovich and company, they're gonna be back. Or it's like when the Pistons were good with Ben Wallace and stuff, it was like, dang, they got beat, but they'll probably be back again. Same thing with the Heat for a while. It's like they lost, but they'll be back. Like it's not the case anymore.
Dallas lost last year, but they could be back. It's just they're hurt right now with Luka being out with the calf injury, so no one's really talking about them. But they got a good team down there. Denver might be back. The way they're running with Russ and Jokic starting together, they've only lost like 6 games total with Russ starting. So they should be fine. They can make a run in the West. Probably one of the best teams in the West outside of OKC. Houston's like so weird. You watch Houston play and you just like they're all right, but somehow they win games when Jalen Green doesn't be an inefficient shot checker. But it depends on what day of the mood he's in. Then you got Amen Thompson who could defend anybody when he wants to with his long arms. And then Sengun is Walmart Jokic. So
great value.
No, I can't say great. I call him Walmart Jokic, even though I call Anthony Richardson Walmart Jaden Daniels, but I realize that's actually more insulting to Jaden Daniels because Anthony Richardson is more like Timu Jordan. Jaden Daniels. I watched nothing. So yeah, Anthony Richardson is now Timu Jaden Daniels, while Alperen Sengun is more Walmart Nikola Jokic at this point.
Not that you said great wise. That's what's got me. Oh my God. I've heard of great value or Dollar Tree, but you said great value. That's a whole new level right there, man. Golly.
But OKC got so many damn picks. That's the issue with OKC. OKC could probably go. They got a guy who could have probably went number 1 last year. He dropped to like 11, and they got him this year because he tore his ACL. So he'll be back next year. They got him coming, and they have the Clippers first round picks. So if the Clippers miss the playoffs, they're like, oh crap, this guy, they can actually get Cooper Flag. So yeah, it's not fun for the NBA right now.
Yeah.
And then you got this dumbass commissioner who wants to go drop quarters of 10 minutes.
Hey Ace, what happened to our Lightning last night? I mean, they blew it.
Vasilevsky got sick. They
Period.
needed a defenseman and a top 9 forward, and they need to wait till April. They just got to hold on to April.
Oh,
Just don't fall out of the playoffs.
They don't. They're
All I'm saying is wait till April because the savior is coming from Michigan State. The answer to all the issues on offense.
Yeah.
So right here we have also the AP top 25. I don't know if you
Not Michigan State basketball. We're talking about Michigan State hockey. Michigan State hockey is top 4.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Damn.
Michigan State hockey, they got a guy, Isaac Howard, who's one of the Lightning draft picks.
Ooh.
Once they go to the Frozen Four and win it, he'll go to the Lightning, and then they'll be all good to go.
We really need to get the schools down south to like start playing hockey, man. I feel like
USF needs to go and drop it into an actual sport team instead of a club.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like if right now it's just all northern teams and stuff, or like teams
Texas
like
A&M,
that.
and that's basketball.
Yeah, these are the basketball AP top 25. I don't know if y'all saw Auburn in Tennessee. Like I think it was over the weekend. It was a heck of a finish, man. It was a heck of a finish.
I know 0 draft prospects from either one, so
I didn't hear about that game, but I just know Tennessee had like the worst game they played, where they only scored like 40 points out of the entire 2 halves.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot who they played. I think it was another SEC team, or maybe it was an SEC. I don't know if they were ranked or unranked, but they just like absolutely got destroyed, like by 40 points or something like that. 40, 50 points.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of 16 SEC teams are ranked right now. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
So NIL hasn't impacted basketball as much. I mean, it has but basketball. It's how do I say this with basketball? Right, basketball is different than the college football because it's less guys, so the budgets are bigger per guy.
Yeah, and the team's not as deep.
When you pay a guy in college basketball to play for your team in NIL money, you know he's going to be playing. Not like a situation where it's you're paying all these guys, but half of them aren't even playing.
Yeah, no, that's I agree with that.
Whoa!
But on some these are buds.
UConn's women's at 6. Damn.
Hey, honestly, I've learned with this, do not react too soon with UConn. UConn could be like all the way at the bottom. Funny enough, speaking of Kentucky, and I know this is their women's team, but their men's team is like, damn, their women's team is more impressive than the men's though. But
a lot of people probably went to Arkansas, I remember.
Yeah, he did, and a lot of people have been saying like he's not like. I guess time has passed him by. I guess. With the way that things have been going.
It's kind of like how Dabo is.
Yeah. But honestly, look, I wouldn't count out UConn women. I think that they'll be there at the end. Texas is a surprise right there. At 20-2, I expected USC to be there. I expected UCLA to be there. South Carolina, I think they've won like 69, 70 straight at home. They are, dude. This is.
I feel like the ones to watch probably by the end of it would definitely be if they can stay where they are now. Probably like LSU, Ohio State, maybe Duke.
Well, what's that for? So it's still going to be either South Carolina or UConn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or LSU. Or USC. I think that's going to be the Final Four, depending on how the bracket falls.
Yeah. I just don't want to see like LSU and South Carolina like in the same side of the bracket, and then like they have to like kill each other to get to the championship. Like, put them on the other side. Like, put LSU against USC on one side, and then maybe put, UConn and South Carolina on the
Notre
other side.
Dame.
Yeah, or like
South Carolina and Notre Dame on the same bracket.
Yeah. But then it's also like you look at this and you're like UCLA's still there, Notre Dame's still there. Like those are two teams that could make the championship too.
Hey, but women's basketball have been popping off though the last couple of years. Like we had Caitlin Clark and Juju Watkins dueling it out last year with Angel Reese and all of them, right? Then you got the WNBA popping off now, where you got Kelsey Plum got traded to Los Angeles.
I know my girl Kelsey got traded, bro.
Well, Kelsey Plum and Cameron Brink on the same team. That's just fine right there. Like,
yeah, hey, I mean,
building a super team out in LA. Las Vegas is still great. Seattle still got, well, I can't say dudes, but they still got women out there who can ball. So it's like ballers. Yeah. They got hoopers out there in Seattle. You know what I mean? But yeah, like women's super's been popping off the last couple of years. So shout out that. Hopefully they can actually make money and a profit so they can grow the sport more.
Yeah.
Well, when Juju shows up, and then you got all these other girls. Paige coming out this year, I think. Like they'll be good. They'll keep growing.
Dude, I'm telling women's softball and women's basketball way more exciting than the men. Way more.
100%. Women's basketball tournaments have been better than the men's tournaments for the last like 4 years.
And softball and baseball, like I think baseball is probably still, especially as far as in the women's division, is probably more exciting than the men's. The men's is just kind of boring.
Women's softball is actually pretty good to watch. I can't watch men's baseball because I just can't do it.
I can. It's fun. But it just doesn't have the excitement or like it doesn't have the draw of the crowd. It doesn't really pull you in when you watch it on TV versus like how softball does.
Even as someone that's played both baseball and softball, honestly, hitting that ball in softball is a lot harder than you think.
Yeah, dude.
You think the baseball looks just like smaller and it looks like you can barely see it, but even that bigger ball, I don't know. It's a little bit different.
Oh snap, Ace! You have somebody.
We all know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
I don't.
You know Flash, right?
I
am pretty sure that's Flash.
I mean, hey.
Imagine being a Saints fan in 2025.
Yeah, that's Flash. Who we fooling?
Dang. Not that he just exposed him all. Let me stop. Dang. When the assassination attempt fails. Let me not. I can't say that word on here. What's that one clip? What's that one clip? He's like, give me another gun. Give me another gun. He's like, I missed him. Give me another one.
Flashbot. You know what? Let's do it. You remember when Russell Wilson went to Denver, right? And he was so sad about Russell Wilson leaving the Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
Now this man got him buying out Bucks gear now. I was like, huh. Taking notes, Patrick, writing the notes that's me.
Yeah, write that down.
Look at this. Bucks gonna dominate the South again. I thought he was a Seahawks fan.
Oh my god, dude,
Russell Wilson went to trash and he went without a team. Dang.
Y'all are too much, man.
They got the plan still falling out.
Y'all are too much.
Proof. Literally proof.
Now
I told you that's Flash. I was like, oh yeah, this is 100% Flash.
Dude, y'all are too much, dude. Y'all are too much. These buds.
Yeah, like I told you.
All right, it's time to wrap this up. I think
let's wrap it up. I'm halfway asleep.
After this is over, y'all just make sure y'all record the barroom brawl for me that takes place after you guys get off of here, Ace.
I'm too half asleep for that nonsense.
Oh, random hot topic. Fun fact here. Today is Lunar New Year. It's the year of the dragon.
Oh yeah. And no snake. It's
Or
the snake.
Right, year of the snake. My
Happy
bad.
Chinese New Year, y'all.
Yeah, happy Chinese New Year.
Can't even go hit up the Chinese joint 2-pack today.
Yeah, probably.
Wow. Okay.
The hookup spot's so slam probably today.
One thing we can also say too is before we get out of here, on this day in sports history, we had the American League organized in Buffalo, Chicago, Cleveland, Detroit, Indianapolis, Kansas City, Milwaukee, and Minneapolis.
Yeah, baseball history. Who cares?
What else do we got
I'm
here?
just kidding.
Let's see. I'm trying to see what else we got here.
Do you guys know about or heard about the Ichiro Suzuki being
that one dude the Dodgers signed, right? No.
No,
he's being inducted in the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah. I know you're
Ichiro. I think I'm pronouncing his name right.
Ichiro,
I know it's Suzuki, but
funny enough too, on this day, Jim Thorpe, George Halas, and Red Grange all got elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1963. And
we'll
then
find out who's inducted into the Hall of Fame, I think, next week.
Mm-hmm. Also on this day, the 49ers beat the San Diego Chargers in Super Bowl 29. Steve Young won MVP and broke Joe Montana's records for passing touchdowns in that game, which I found out later watching Joe Montana's documentary. They lowballed him. Completely dirty. It was completely dirty. And then on this day, too, the AFC beat the NFC in the Pro Bowl, 59-41. I think it was probably one of the last Pro Bowls in Hawaii.
Man, Pro Bowl needs to go back to Hawaii. Nobody cares about the Pro Bowl anymore.
So I found out why that's not about to happen.
Damn.
So they so apparently that stadium in Hawaii is very run down and has a bunch of code violations. Yeah, I'm of the impression I think it needs to go back too, but I don't. Unfortunately, it's not. So, but I would like to see it go back. They should, build a new stadium that would be favorable to the Pro Bowl and bring it back. Yeah. But I don't think it will. But one of these days, I would like to go over to Orlando and go see the Pro Bowl. Then again, not even anymore because they don't even play with pads on. It's just a flag. It's just a flag football game.
Flag football game. Yeah, nobody cares anymore. It's just a joke at this point.
Dude, like remember when the Pro Bowl used to mean something? Dang, now it don't even mean nothing.
Bring back the Pro Bowl to relevancy. Same thing with the NBA All-Star game. Nobody cares.
Yeah, like honestly, with the Pro Bowl, I know you can't probably do it with the NBA, but with the Pro Bowl, you should probably like have something riding on it. Maybe like I don't know, like the winning side gets to be
better one. The winning side gets an all-inclusive paid vacation to Cancun.
Hey, that could work.
Something as simple as that, yeah.
Or do like the winning side, like if the NFC wins, the NFC is the designated home team for the Super Bowl for the next season.
Ooh.
Well, the Super Bowl is already determined for who it is anyway.
It is
because the Super Bowl is in New Orleans, so the Eagles are going to be the home team again. Just like how the Super Bowl was in Arizona when the Kansas City beat them. Philadelphia was the home team.
Oh, true.
Like the Bucs were the home team when they played the Chiefs, I think, right?
They were the designated road team.
Oh, never mind. I have no idea how it works then. I thought that's how it was, depending on who the stadium is.
Yeah, so I mean, because like baseball does it like that with like the All-Star game for baseball. If the National League wins, the National League will be the designated home team for the series, for the World Series. So I don't like maybe try that, but it's like don't do it for the Super Bowl being next week because you've already got the patches on the jersey. If the NFC wins, then that way the next season.
Yeah, next season. Yeah, next season.
There's like all of you guys that played in it, you have something to play for because now you can be on that designated home team for the NFC or the AFC.
Mm-hmm.
And then you probably get medic perks,
All right. That could work.
Yeah.
I like that idea, actually. We just solved Pro Bowl's relevancy issues. All right, one last hot topic before we head on out. So Utah, as we all know, Arizona Coyotes moved to Utah, and they're just right now known as the Utah Hockey Club.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can't.
They
Yeah,
reports saying they are no longer pursuing the Yeti as a potential name for the team because of trademark issues, because Yeti cups. Anyway, so now the choices are Utah Hockey Club, Utah Mammoth, and Utah Wasatch. I have no idea what that is.
Wasatch
I don't know
or
what that is.
something. Probably some
Utah
Canadian
Mammoth
thing.
is my choice, probably. I'd say Mammoth.
I'd say Mammoths. Yeah.
Can't leave it at Utah Hockey Club. That just sounds stupid. And I don't know what the hell Wasatch is. So.
I don't know. Probably have something with in Canada. Maybe like a Utah.
Well, I don't know what Utah has anything to do with Canada, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I was like on the boat for Utah Eskimo.
That would work.
Yeah,
The
Utah
Utah
Seals. I don't know if they have seals.
Cool too.
No, they don't.
But you're not near water to be called
Utah Zion.
Well, Salt Lake. I don't know what kind of fish live in Salt Lake City though. That hot.
Or the Utah Mormons.
Oh, damn it! You stole my thing. I was gonna say that. Damn it.
The Utah Thumpers.
Okay, I like that. Jackrabbits, kind of like a little shout out to a jackrabbit, kind of, or a rabbit. Yeah. They love their snow, so I mean, hey, could work. But all right, that brings us to the
Let's
end.
wrap this up. All right, dropping the Super Bowl picks, guys.
Oh, we're doing that this week? I thought we were doing that next week.
Oh, I guess we could do that next week. Yeah, I forgot. It's not this week.
Yeah.
Oh, you already know who I'm taking.
We do? Oh, wait,
yeah. He said the Eagles. I'm kind of with him there. I just don't want to say that other team's name.
Hey, reverse psychology, remember?
Yeah, reverse psychology.
Man, we're so screwed. They really gonna let Taylor Swift get a three-peat.
And then she's gonna come out on the field. She's gonna be like, "Oh my god!"
Travis Kelce's gonna retire and propose, and it's gonna be this whole drama fest. NFL's gonna be smoking their money.
But what's worse is that I feel like you got like the two worst fan bases going at it, which is gonna be hilarious. I think in some cases, but also pretty bad because notoriously these two cities also have probably some really bad stuff going on too. I won't say. But.
Well, remember they had like a shooting or something happen in the Chiefs parade last year.
Yeah,
and that was their own. That was their own fan base too.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, I found some stuff out about that. I'll tell y'all about off air. But
hopefully security is extra high in New Orleans anyway, because we know what happened for the Sugar Bowl.
That's true.
Yeah.
So security's gonna be crazy. So most likely fencing them for Kansas City one after during the parade. But this is gonna be NBA trade deadlines next Thursday, so who knows? We'll start talking about more NBA after. We're gonna talk about more NBA on this show once the NFL finishes, so y'all be buckled after that.
I was gonna say, when is the season finale? Because is the season finale gonna be next week or is it gonna be the week after?
The week after. We got Trey said he coming on once they announced it confirmed on the head coach hire. Okay. Hey, that man went 7 for 7. Shout out future BA Gov, man. That man went 7 for 7 on the head coach calls, man.
I told him he needs to go. If he's watching this, sir, you need to go play the lottery.
Mm-hmm.
Go play the numbers. I'm telling you, like you probably won't miss. You won't miss.
Let's all go to the Grambling. I forget who they were playing in Las Vegas.
Grambling Jackson State.
Yeah, let's go to that game and let's just go and gamble.
All right, on that note, guys, thanks for watching another episode of the Running Gun Podcast, Season 9, Episode 25, Pro Bowl week. I mean, not much to talk about in the Pro Bowl. It doesn't mean anything at this point because we got bums like Russell Wilson in the Pro Bowl now. So, like, what does I got to tell you about anything? Man, Stank to join 6 weeks in a row, got into the Pro Bowl. So, what does that say about the Pro Bowl? I don't know. Anyways, with that being said, thank you so much for watching this episode. We hope you watch again for the next 2 weeks before we wrap up the season. As always, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, subscribe. And yeah, Anything else, guys, before we head on out?
Stay safe, stay blessed.
And stay, well, it's much warmer nowadays, so we don't have to worry about freezing. But yeah.
Yeah, stay warmer.
Good night.